Hello, how's it going? It's Nathan here, World Masters. Hope you're having a great day. I'm having a great day. So, we got the V9e from iLife. This is a budget-friendly robot vacuum, but it doesn't have budget-friendly specs. This guy actually has 4,000 pascals, which is basically beating out the more expensive robot vacuums, which are typically around 2,000 pascals. Also, this guy uses cyclonic technology to help increase the suction, and one unique feature is this guy is a suction only port, so it's good for like pet hair, so they won't get the extractor bar tangled up. But the downside is sometimes these suction only ports do struggle with carpet, but we'll personally see how that does. Alright, before I show you my testing, let's check out the video. There's only one video on YouTube that I could find with the V9e. It's from iLife, so let's check out the info commercial. I'm always excited to see these info commercials because they always show some cool pets or animals making a huge mess. So it looks like it's designed for pet owners here, and the users are able to schedule out when the vacuum goes out and cleans. So it looks like it's a very basic scheduling, but I do like the fact that the robot vacuum does have a systematic cleaning pattern with its auto mode. So if you have a larger floor plan, you could benefit from that. So that's one interesting feature, is it actually has a slidable suction mode, and max mode is 3,000 pascals, but also spot mode is 4,000 pascals. So that's just some crazy suction for a price point around $200. And it does have a HIPAA rated filter, and it can capture up to 99.9% of the dust and debris. Okay, so there's that spot mode with 4,000 pascals, and with most robot vacuums, they do a spiral going out and then go back in. And it does have a bunch of sensors to prevent them from going down the stairs and from running into your furniture. So this V9e looks pretty cool with that 700 milliliter dustbin, and you may notice that cyclonic technology that's actually built into the dustbin. I do like the fact that the dustbin is washable, so that's really cool. And notice that little cleaning tool that's right next to the dustbin. Okay, so I'm excited to check out the V9e, so let's go and get it out onto my floor and we'll see how it does. Alright, so before we get, let's just do a quick look at the robot itself. So the robot is fairly basic. I know I still have the plastic wrap on it. I haven't even bothered to take it off. It's fresh out of the box. But you got the single button right here. You press it once to start the robot, press again to stop it. It's a super basic operation. And if you hold the button down for about 3 seconds, it goes into Wi-Fi pairing. I did find that the Wi-Fi pairing mode was super simple. The app was easy to use, and it was able to pair up to the robot vacuum with my network, no problems. Just remember, this guy supports the 2.4 gigahertz network. Okay, so notice how tall this guy is. Well, if you guys don't believe me, let me pull up the Roblox S6 Max V here for a size comparison, and check it out, guys. This guy sits fairly tall, almost about twice the thickness of the Roblox S6 Max V, but the diameter is a little bit smaller, so it has its pros and cons. Alright, let's go and look underneath the robot. And you can see that it has the dual side brushes. The wheels actually do very good going over different types of terrain, and there's that section only inlet. But what's the most unique feature about this robot vacuum is the inside. So check it out, guys. There's that dustbin there. I do like the fact that it's clear. Let me show you this. Just top loading system. And you notice inside there's that cyclonic technology to help increase the suction, and it did a fair job picking up all this dirt and debris in my testing. So let's go and check out my testings, and we'll talk about how well the V9e does. Okay, let's do a top-down shot so we can clearly see how well this little guy does. So what's unique about this guy is it does a perimeter sweep first, and then it fills in that perimeter with like a S-shaped pattern, very similar to like the more advanced robot vacuums with like LiDAR navigation or camera-based navigation. So that was quite surprising to see that on a gyro-based robot vacuum. You may notice off to the right there that the robot vacuum actually kind of gets hung up on my kitchen counter there, or the lip there. Most of the robot vacuums I tested have no issues because they sit very low to the ground, where this guy sits fairly tall, so that's one downside. But luckily, this guy's very persistent and doesn't like to give up easily, so after a few minutes, he's able to free himself. I kind of felt bad for this little guy. He really wanted just to clean, and he was kind of hung up on this rug area, and also the high height kind of didn't help its case. But luckily, he was smart enough to free himself, so I decided to help the little guy out, and I blocked off that area, and he continued on cleaning. But we're also going to check out this cool feature, the spot cleaning mode, where it actually increases the suction to about 4,000 pascals. I will see if it can pick up the remainder of the powder on this rug. Okay, so I would say that this guy is quite loud, especially on its max power mode, but I did feel that there's a lot of airflow coming out of the exhaust of the robot vacuum, so that's a good sign. Also, there's a slider that has a power level from 1 to 100. Yes, there's 100 different power levels. That's something that most robot vacuums don't have. They usually only include 2 or 3. So I did test how well the robot vacuum can handle different types of obstacles, like small obstacles, large obstacles, also like chair legs, and how well it did around the perimeter of the room. I did a fair job going around the room. Also did a good job with the smartphone power cable. Didn't get really hung up. Now, the one thing I did notice is the side brushes do spin a little quickly, so it does got a lot of dirt and debris around. So I do recommend running this guy a few times to make sure it clears all the areas. Let's go ahead and check out the app here. It's fairly basic, but once you launch the app, you agree with the main menu. You can actually add a new robot. And then on the top right hand corner is the account information, has your email address and all that permanent information. So let's go ahead and jump back into it and jump into the robot vacuum itself. Now up to the top here is the cleaning area and cleaning time. That's if I just ran a cleaning challenge, but I haven't done that, so it's going to show blank. And there's also a live map as well. So as the robot vacuum's cleaning, it will actually show a live map. That's just kind of cool. At the bottom here is the recharge, so the robot vacuum can go back to its docking station. You do have the play pause button, and off to the right there's your main controls. So you can steer this robot vacuum like an RC car. You do have the edge mode, spot clean, and scheduling. I felt like the scheduling is fairly basic. There's no room select or area select, and unfortunately you cannot create keep out zones since this guy doesn't have smart mapping. It only has mapping for the robot vacuum itself, and you can view that mapping in the history. Alright, let's go ahead and check out the menu here. So you can actually rename the robot vacuum anything you like. Also, the scheduling, again, it's fairly basic. You got cleaning history, which allows you to see exactly how much area the robot vacuum covered and how long it took. And there's that map. You can see it's fairly basic. This should represent my bathroom area, but it's not the most detailed thing. Okay, let's jump back into here. Now we got parts maintenance, which is nice because you can check out the side brushes, the main brush, which is kind of ironic because the main brush, this thing doesn't have one. It's just a suction only port. So I don't know how that works. Alright, let's go and check out the filter. And what's nice is it actually gives you some information about the filter, like how to maintain it. So I really like the little instructions there. Okay, let's go and jump back into here. Now you have clean modes. There's auto and S cleaning. I believe auto is more like a back and forth cleaning pattern. And one of the coolest things is the suction control. Yes, I have infinite control from 0 to 100. That's something I have not seen on any robot vacuum. Okay, so you can search robot vacuum, which basically makes it beep. You got your Wi-Fi information, and if you want to delete all the information, just reset factory defaults. Alright, so that's just a quick information about the app. Let's go and give you my final thoughts. Well, what do you guys think about the testing? I thought the V9e did a pretty good job. One downside is it did, due to its height, did stuck a couple times. Also didn't do so well with the shoestrings. So I would recommend picking up your cables because these side brushes will like to suck up the shoestrings. And lastly, I felt that the side brushes spun too quickly. Kind of hindered the performance of the robot vacuum, kind of scattered around. But everything else was surprisingly good. With that section only inlet, it actually did a really good job picking up the powder from my tiles. Also picked up the majority of the powder from my carpet as well, and picked up the fair amount of dirt and debris. So I think for the price, it's a good robot vacuum. If you're looking for an easy to use, no frills or thrills robot vacuum, I think the V9e is something to consider. And before we log off is the remote control does offer a scheduling option on the remote itself, and you got the directional control pad, and you got different modes. You got different power modes. You got the spot clean, return to home, and you can also do auto, and you can do a random pattern. So if you're looking for an easy to use robot vacuum, I think the V9e is not a bad option. And with iLife, they have good customer service. You can always find parts online, and if you don't believe me, look at that, guys. There's that customer service number right there. Okay, so thanks so much iLife for sending me out this unit, and thanks so much guys for watching. And if you like this video, give me a big old thumbs up. It does help out the video. And you guys have a great rest of your day, great weekend, weekday. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time.